There's no lack of innovation in the construction industry, and if you use your miter saw to make money, you know being fast, efficient, and very accurate is exactly what you need. These new FastCap crown stop fences will allow you to nest your crown in here, adjust for any spring angle, and make very fast and accurate cuts over and over. After that cut's done, you can still use this base to cut any type of other board that you'd like to, and this is fully adjustable up to 7 1/2 inch crown. The FastCap crown stop fence is basically an OEM accessory. It's going to slide right in without any modifications. This is actually a very accurate fence. If you compare it to the factory fence, the FastCap fence is actually going to be slightly more square. The factory fence from DEWALT tends to lean back a bit. That's going to allow you to cut taller base if you're cutting that in the upright position, or it's also going to allow you to cut crown, as we said before, and keep your base open. So it's going to give you a lot of different options. There's really no reason to remove it. Now, installing this, as we said, is simple. Now there can be a little bit of a slide here at the end, or it gets a little grippy, and if it does get grippy, it's because there is a lack of machining on DEWALT's part, and you can kind of see right along the edge here on the bottom where it hits. All you have to do is take a little bit of sandpaper and just lightly hit that down, and it will slide in. Now we haven't done anything on this one because the right side simply didn't need it. The left side over there needs just a little bit of finessing. Once you've sanded just a little bit off this edge, you can get this so that it slides in. It's still nice and tight and smooth, but you can get that to slide in firmly, tighten it down, and you are in business. So no matter what spring angle that you have on your crown molding, you can set this up real easy by just dropping these stops down. And those stops are going to be on your fence, and that's going to keep them out of the way so that everything is open on the bottom. That is just the opposite of what you would get with a DEWALT stop for crown molding. So this is real easy. All we got to do here is basically set this up, and once you do, you can adjust your saw up and make just about any cut that you would like. And adjusting up between different sizes of crown is also easy. It's very fast, very efficient. You just drop the stops down again, and then you can easily make your cut. This is something that makes you more efficient, more accurate, and you don't have to draw lines or anything on your saw. You can simply just come in, push everything up against the stops, and make the cut. So our huge benefit here is that we're not doing a compound miter. This is simple. We can walk up to this saw, put everything up against the stops. We have the accuracy, and when we make the cut, it is going to be spot on no matter what happens, because we can drop this in place and hold it. It can be a one hand, it can be 2 fingers, whatever you do, as long as it is up against that fence and up against the stop, it is going to be a perfect cut. Over and over and over again, and I think that is what makes this perfect, either for a guy who's in DIY or for someone who's in construction full-time. It makes it easy for you, and it makes it easy for your employees. So even with some of the smallest crown that we've used, you could still sneak in here some dimensional lumber. Unlikely that someone is going to be cutting crown in dimensional lumber. More than likely you would be pulling out some baseboard, and you could easily cut that. Now if you were going to stand your baseboard up, this would be a downside and this would be in the way, but you could simply remove it, put it back, cut your base. Now the upside of this is an inch taller than the DEWALT fence. So you have 5 3/4 inches now. So if you have a baseboard that's going to be like this, that might have that little bevel or area that's cut out in the middle, that might give you a little bit more fence to come up against, so you could make that taller cut. So that is a good positive here. But if you are going to be cutting any sort of window trim or anything like that, you can just pop this down, move the saw. So you can have multiple people using this saw at once, and again, get that more efficient, more accurate cut and get better quality of work. Another tip for you while using this, if you have everything set up and you make your cuts, you can come in with a tape, measure this out. This happens to be 2 1/4. You can go up to the wall, make the mark at 2 1/4, and when you set this piece up on the wall, you can match up those pencil marks and you should get perfect fitment. When you're done cutting crown, you can just pull these guys up, nest them in the back. This fence is going to be good if you're using it for rough cutting, finish carpentry, anything like that. These are going to hold up and last just like your OEM fence will. I'll put a link in the description to this fence system. It's $169 on their site, and I don't want you to get confused because they actually sell the stops, another pair of them, for $19. But when you buy the full fence set, you're going to get 2 of these stops with it, so you don't need to purchase them. If you want extra, they're 20 bucks. All in all, for whoever's using this, be it DIY or a professional, you're going to make up that money in your fitment, you're going to make it up in time, you're going to make it up very quickly, and most likely you're going to do that on the first job. So are these priced high? It may feel like it when you first purchase them, but the reality is you're going to make that money up quite quickly and you're going to have a better job at the end. And that's what's really important. So I'm interested in your comments. Leave them below. Give us a like in this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.